Hi Gold boys and girls. Today we're going to make something that we have at school that we play with a lot. We have these little bottles that have colors in them and water. So what you need for this activity, I did get some really cool bottles. My son found some apple juice containers that are just a cool shape, but you could do anything. If you have little Gatorade bottles or little water bottles, that would work too. You could use oil with this as well, but today I'm just going to use water because I didn't have any extra oil on here. If you were going to do oil, then of course you'd want to put a little bit of oil in. You don't have to put a ton, about a quarter of the way, and then fill the rest up with water. But you'll need bottles. I did bring a container to catch any mess. If you had food coloring, I don't have food coloring, so I have my liquid water colors that I'm going to use because you do want to make them a different color. I also found some beads. I know we sent some beads home to your house, so you could use some of your beads for this activity if you have any left. I have a pitcher of water that I'm going to pour into the bottles. And I did bring my eyedropper because I don't have food coloring, so it's hard to get the color inside the bottle. But we use these a lot in the gold room. And so if you're going to do the oil, you just put a little bit of oil. You could do water first or oil, doesn't matter. But for mine, I'm just going to use water, which works as well. So I'm going to pour the water into the bottle. If it's just water, I do try to fill it up pretty much all the way up to the top. You can have a little space in there. If you want to add some beads in it, you could drop the beads in like this and just kind of put them into the water. See it go down. That's 2 beads. Oh, that one floats. 3 beads. 4 beads, 5 beads. So I put some beads in there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of color. I think for this one I'll use my magenta. And I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see it. And I'm going to add my color. You just need a little bit to change the color of the water. So you can see it going in and mixing into the water. I'll make it a little bit darker. Maybe just a little bit more. Putting some drops of it in there. And then, if you have a hot glue gun, that would be great. If you do not, you're just going to have to make sure the lid's on tight. But usually I'll put a little bit of bead of hot glue either around the lid or around the top of it. And then after I hot glue it, I just twist it on tight. In my room, for extra precaution, what I do is I then take duct tape. If you're going to let the children just walk around the house with them, I use duct tape around the top after I hot glue it, just to make sure that the water bottle doesn't leak, and that does protect it quite well. We've had the bottles in my classroom all year and haven't had any leaks in them. But now you can see the beads are in there. You can see some of the blue ones, the blue one floating around, but it's kind of fun just to look at the beads move around. It's a sensory bottle. In my room, boys and girls oftentimes like to take them and pretend like they're drinking different juices, and so they might say, "Miss Carrie, can I get you some apple juice or some strawberry juice?" And I'll say, "Sure, thank you," and pretend to drink it with them. So I made this one. Now I'm going to make the other one. I have one more. In my room, we have all the colors. We have a red one, an orange one, a purple one, a white one, a blue one, and a green. We have all the colors in the gold room, and they really do enjoy using them. So that one, I'll put some more beads in it. Let me get my beads, and I'll show you how I drop them in again. 1, 2, some float, it's interesting. 3, 4, 5, look at that, all of these are floating. 6, oh, that one fell down. 7, oh, there they go. 8, so I put 8 beads in there. And now I'm going to use a different color. Instead of the magenta, I'm going to use this turquoisey green color that I have here. I'll put the bottle here so you can see the color mix in. Get my eyedropper and I'll drop it in. You just keep putting the drops until you get the color you like. See how it's coming in? It's kind of cool when you watch it go into the water and see how it moves around and makes different shapes. You put a little bit more in. That might be good because it's a dark color, so that might be good. And then, again, you would put hot glue around it if you have hot glue and tighten it as tight as you can, and then put duct tape or Gorilla Tape around the top of it. So that made a pretty blue color, and you can see the beads inside of it moving around. So now I have 2 bottles. So in the Goldrum, I might pretend that this is strawberry juice and this is blueberry juice. So you can make different colors with them. They're kind of fun to play with. You do want to keep an eye on them. You don't want them just getting lost in your child's room, because then if they accidentally do get open, you might have a little bit of a mess. But it is fun to play with them outside, and they can be for dramatic play outside. And you can pretend like you're having a little store or something and selling juice and just pretending with the boys and girls. Maybe you'll try it out. Always make sure you clean up your mess when you're done. And Goldrum boys and girls, I miss you. See you next time. Bye-bye.